Hey, welcome to Everyday Car Guide. Today we're testing a 2022 Hyundai ELANTRA. So come along for a ride and I'll show you what this car is all about. Hey, welcome to Everyday Car Guide. Today we're talking about the 2022 Hyundai ELANTRA. I gotta tell you, this car, I'm gonna give it a V right off the bat. V for value. Why? Because you get a lot of car for this money. Look at it, it comes with aluminum alloy wheels right off the bat. It has a beautiful black paint job. It fits 4 people comfortably, and it is just a sharp looking car for the money. This car starts around $20,000. That's a lot of car for $20,000. It has automatic braking in case someone comes in front of you. It is a lot of car, but you know what? Let's bring the owner of this car out here. Hey, my niece Mary bought this car, so come on out here, Mary.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing today? Welcome to Everyday Car Guide.
Thank you.
So tell me, what was the first thing, you're a 20-something person, what would make you want to buy a sedan and not like a Corvette or something?
I wish I could afford that. It was really sleek and smooth, just simple. I was looking for an upgrade from what I used to have. It was modern. The inside was so clean. I loved the dashboard and the screen on it as well. It has the Apple CarPlay, which is amazing.
So how does the Apple CarPlay work? Let's start with that. Is that automatic or do you have to plug in, or how does it work on this car?
Yeah, so it's Bluetooth, but you can also plug it in too. So you also have the aux port and the USB port too. So you have a lot of different options. So it's nice depending on what phone you have too.
So which model ELANTRA is this? The top of the line, the bottom of the line, middle of the line? Which one is this?
I would say it's the middle of the line. It's the SEL.
So it's the SEL, thank you. So the SE is the very bottom, and then the SEL is the next one, then there's a top of the line. So this is kind of the middle version.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So I noticed right off the bat, you have a little button here. What is that for?
That comes in handy, especially if you have your hands full with bags and you can't get to your keys. You can lock and unlock your door just from hitting the button.
To start the car, do you have to put your key in this car, or is it have?
It's a push start. And I also have an app that connects on my phone, so I can start it from anywhere I want to. I can start it with the feature of hot or cold, and I can also lock it and unlock it. There's also a valet mode too that you can put it on.
Really?
So if you're dropping it off at the valet to have it be parked, you can have it on a specific feature.
How do you like the way the car handles and its responsiveness? Do you think it's a quick car, or what do you think?
I would say it's pretty good. I think it depends on what mode you have it in. If you have it in the sport mode, it goes a lot quicker, and it starts up and it revs up pretty fast.
So the sport mode gives you faster 0 to 60.
Yep.
I see that you have lots of buttons on the steering wheel. Do you find that there's too many buttons, or they're pretty easy and to find while you're driving?
It's definitely easy. You have the volume, you have the music channels, so you can change the song on it. You also have the answer and the hang up button for the phone, because it does have the Bluetooth speaker phone. You also have the Siri, so there is a button for Siri, so you can just hit that button and tell your phone what to do from the car.
I really love that. Do you take like your friends in the car, like 3 or 4 of your friends in the car?
Yeah, all the time. So I am the driver in my friend group, and it works out very well. I love driving, so having a new car for this is perfect, and everyone loves it too.
So I understand the Hyundai, I know you leased it, but I understand if you buy the car, this has one of the best warranties around. I believe it's 5 years, 60,000 miles on this car, which is really fantastic. Now, the original ELANTRA wasn't this big. This is actually a pretty good sized car.
It is.
I like the looks of this car. It looks beautiful. It has a lot of room inside of it. I love the wheels. I love the paint. This is really
the little like detailing on the side. This is just the SEL version that has this. So it just adds
this crease in here?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Only the SEL version has this. I love that. It has a really sleek line. I love it. It feels like it's almost a fastback.
Yeah.
Yet it's a sedan.
Exactly.
Well, that's pretty amazing. How big is the trunk, and how do you open the trunk?
Yeah, so there is a button right on the back of the trunk, but then you also have it on the key fob here, and it just pops right open.
So you can open it remotely. That's fantastic. And wow, this is a good sized trunk. You can put a lot of stuff in here.
It is, and the seats come down as well, so you can fit even more stuff in it.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. That's pretty amazing. This is really an amazing car. As I said, it's got a lot of value to this car.
It does.
Can we take it out for a quick spin and see how it runs?
Absolutely.
Let's take it out. And to start it,
Push the start and then your foot's on the brake.
fantastic. I love the screen. Oh, this is fantastic. I love the dash.
I love that it's also angled towards me.
So let's just take it out for a quick drive and see how she runs.
Sounds good.
So let's see. This looks like Apple Play.
It is. So this is Apple CarPlay. So it senses my phone is here and it pulls it up.
Does this car have like an induction charger to charge your phone?
It does.
I love the dashboard. I love the instrument panel. It looks very clean. The ride is very smooth. What can you tell me about why did you pick this car to buy?
That's a good question. It was affordable. It was cheap and I wasn't looking to spend a lot of money. I decided to lease it as well instead of purchasing a car because it just made more sense for me at this time in my life. In my 20s, it makes sense. I'm not looking for something crazy expensive, but I also want something that's nice and clean because I do drive a lot of my friends everywhere.
What kind of gas mileage does it get? Because according to the internet, I was looking it up, the SEL model gets around 40 to 42 on the highway?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. I will fill my tank up before I go to Rhode Island, and I won't have to fill it up until I get back.
Fantastic. Would you mind if I give it a little bit of a spin?
Go right ahead.
I'd love to see how it drives. Does this have lane departure control, I believe? So if you're in the lane, it'll kind of guide you?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so one of the buttons on the steering wheel is for staying in the lines because it'll beep if you go outside of the lines, and it has that as well. And the steering wheel will actually correct itself too. One of them changes what you view on the dashboard, so it'll change if you can see like if there's an issue with the car, like say I've had low tire pressure, it'll pop up and it'll show exactly which tire and the PSI on it as well.
Wow, that's amazing.
Really nice.
Okay, young lady, what does PSI stand for?
I have no idea.
Pounds per square inch.
That would make sense.
I can tell you right away, it feels kind of peppy.
It does take a little while to accelerate when you're in just drive, especially on the highway.
It rides really nice.
Yep. It's really smooth.
I will say this about a lot of cars today, because I travel a lot going to different towns, filming different places, so I rent a lot of different cars. I gotta tell you, the cars today, it's hard not to get a good car. A lot of cars, you know, are all pretty well made today. I do love your dashboard. It's very interesting. A lot of information there, right looking down. One of the big things that you don't want to do is look away from the road for very long or very far away from the road. Some cars will have their computers way down here, your eyes leave the road, but this is right up close to the road, which is what I like.
It's meant for the driver too, so that's what I love.
I do see how you have that angled. I do like that, very sharp. So in different sunlight scenarios, do you ever find that the sun hits this and you can't read it at any time?
No, not really at all. I've never had any issues with that.
This is a beautiful area. So where are we?
So we are in Stratford, Connecticut.
Feels very Old Town New England.
It is. We're at Booth Park. We're on the Long Island Sound. So we have two beaches, which is very nice because if one's busy, you just go to the other.
Besides being situated on Long Island Sound, Stratford is one of the oldest towns in Connecticut, settled in 1639. Stratford is home to Booth Memorial Park and Museum. It's said to be one of the oldest homesteads in America since the Homes Foundation was originally built in 1663 and has been continuously occupied. The late Booth brothers, David and Stephen, created a collection of quirky buildings and antique memorabilia. The 32-acre park includes a carriage house, a working blacksmith shop, clock tower, and a trolley station. The museum houses many interesting artifacts, and don't forget to stroll through the Rose Garden when in season. Take a step back in history and visit Stratford, Booth Memorial Park, and other historical towns in Connecticut. It is a very comfortable car. I can see why you like it. It has a lot of great issues, and I would highly recommend this car. This is a fun, good-looking car, and it's very comfortable for 4 people for sure. And a lot of luggage. This is a great car to go away for a weekend with your friends, or if you were married with a couple of kids, this would be a good car. This is a pretty good all-around car. I like this car, and it gets good gas mileage, 40 miles to the gallon on the highway. That's fantastic.
Absolutely. What are you going to rate it?
I don't know. I have to break it down, but I'm definitely going to rate it a V for value. It's time for Everyday Car Guy's report card. As for comfort, the Hyundai Elantra's interior has nice seats, but you do sit quite low to the ground. For a compact sedan, the back seat is roomier than you think, but a tight fit for 6-foot adults. The dashboard and console seems to wrap around the driver, and the dashboard is easy to read. For the price, the interior is surprisingly nice and has clean lines. The small car remarkably rides well too, so for comfort, let's give the Elantra an A-. Now for performance, I always rate the cars on everyday use. 0 to 60 is the most important performance element since we all need to get on highways. The Elantra comes with a 147 horsepower 4-cylinder engine. It takes 7.2 seconds to get to 60 miles per hour, which is an average acceleration, but make sure you don't pull in front of a tractor-trailer truck when getting onto a highway. It handles fine and has tight steering, so with all that said, I'm rating the Elantra a B- for performance. Economically, the car does quite well. It gets up to 42 miles per gallon on the highway and 31 miles per gallon in the city, which is as good as many hybrids without the hybrid sticker price. Let's give the Elantra a B+ for economy. Let's talk about design. The Elantra's exterior has sleek lines, aluminum alloy wheels, and a nice fit and finish. The interior is high-tech and has clean lines and good visibility. Bonus points for the way the console wraps around the driver and the infotainment screen is tilted toward the driver. It's considered a compact sedan but looks larger inside and out. For its price category, the design is top-notch, so I'm giving the Elantra an A for design. Well, for value, here's where the Elantra shined. I love the Siri button on the steering, which allows you to talk to the phone, plus the Hyundai's Blue Link connected car system allows you to use the app to remotely start and warm up the car or cool it down, and even lock it remotely if you forget to lock the car. The standard safety features is a long list including lane keeping assist, lane following assist, forward collision avoidance. It even comes with rear seat exit warning. The Elantra is a lot of car for the money, and I'm giving it a solid A for value. Overall, let's give the Elantra a combined grade of an A-. Thanks for joining me today on Everyday Car Guy, and thanks to my niece Mary Kate for letting me test drive her Hyundai Elantra. So if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, drive carefully.
Okay.
Which will open up and then just open it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Is that good for sound?